going back to your question, yes, social media plays a very big role in my work life, only because I am hired to do certain posts and stuff like that. And thank you to all the clients who believe in me in that. But it's more of my digital archive. And I like to think of it that way. If you set your focus and purpose of what is the intention of having this properly and stick to it, the blessings of the rizki will come forward. And if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. If it's not, it's not. So I don't kira sangat if it's like tak banyak followers, tak banyak like. I'm not constantly checking on it like that. But I do notice what people appreciate more. And it's always about giving value back to them. It's not always about, hi, look at me, I'm gorgeous. It's always, okay, I found this person. You have to know more about law of attraction because it really helped me. You have to set your goals. This is the person to go to. I think you have to give back value to the community. I think that's more purposeful.
Wow, that's amazing. See, so matured, right? And I think maturity is very important when we're engaging ourselves in social media. Because nowadays there's a lot of cyberbullying that's taking place. Many cases of kids committing suicide. I know there was one in Sabah, Sarawak, a couple of years ago. She just took a life. And just imagine the type of chemical reaction that's taking place in their mind, their brain over there, for them to just unplug themselves to commit suicide. So, there are people who will be watching this, Daphne, who are into social media, because this is it's a double-edged sword. It is good. At the same time, if you don't know how to handle it, it will basically cut us into tatters, right? So now, what would your advice be for people who, I'm hardly into social media in the sense my Facebook, very tiny, okay, not many following. It's just, if Facebook decides to ban me also, nothing happens actually for me. So, but it's managed by Kavita for certain reasons, because I have to share some stuff. So I don't, in the beginning when I got to know about Facebook, I don't know whether you experienced this or not. When I want to go into Facebook or any other social media, in the beginning I'll be excited because there'll be a notification that will come, it'll lure me into it, and then I'll go and check. I just want to check what this person have said, and then next thing is that I will go. I don't know where I went. I'll be just going in and in and in, deeper and deeper and deeper. I don't know where I was. Initially, I was very excited before I got the notification. When I'm coming out of social media, I feel crappy. I don't know whether you have experienced that. Many experiencing that. I've actually asked that. So actually, then I realized why is it happening, and I'm going to ask you this. What do you think of social comparison? Because that's the biggest thing that's taking place in social media. So how do you handle social comparison? Because when you go in, you tend to see others doing something else better than us. But we don't know how they are hurting in their own life and only see the good things, right? How do you handle that? I want you to go to the time when you first started, when you were not as matured as how you are at the moment. Because that's where a lot of people, they are at the moment. How did you handle that? And how do you feel when you're socially comparing without anybody knowing that you're comparing?
Wow. I'm trying to recall back again. Again, maybe because I guess perhaps because, again, the reason why I had those social media was more of an outlet. But let me think. Yes, I think there was once where I felt very bad about myself. Two incidences. One was because I saw someone, a peer of mine, who we sort of ranked the ladder together, but I was still struggling, and I had some personal issues my end, and everything seemed so fine and dandy with her life.
Yeah.
But I knew also because we're friends of friends, right? So I knew also that it was all just cover up. I mean, I'm sure she's happy. But she had her own demons herself. Yeah. And that's when I realized, I really need to make sure that whatever I post, it has to be authentic. It has to
Wow.
be, I cannot allow people to feel as if um, uh, I want to make sure that everything is authentic. I mean, there are beautiful
Wow.
pictures instead. There are beautiful captions, things that inspire, but there are going to be shitty moments, and I'll post that too.
Wow.
And I know I'm not really answering your question here, but I think because I never really dwelled on that. I've never actually saw that part. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
as people might say, it's projecting. I don't know. I've never, because my intention was only for me as a verbal diarrhea outlet. It wasn't for me to gain insights or it was me. It was all for me. It wasn't for like,
Yep.
I need your validation about what I just posted. It was nothing about that. So maybe that's why I can't really answer you in that sense. But I keep it authentic because someone had compared me to themselves. And she recently, it happened recently, and my friend told me, because we both know this friend, and she said, Daph, do you know XYZ unfollowed you the other day? And I said, why? Because you guys beranak same time. And she said she sees you done lost weight, you look happy, you look this, you look that, and she said she felt depressed and she was going through postpartum depression, and she unfollowed you, Daphne. And I said, like, shit. Because whilst I wasn't going all out for me to say like, look at me, I'm all happy. Again, my social media is my way of expressing myself.
Yes.
It is my way, it's my outlet. So I may be feeling shitty inside, but it's my way, whether I'm shitty or not, I just say what I have to say. And maybe that, and maybe that makes me look energized compared to what she may be feeling when she sees it. So I actually addressed this. I actually addressed it on my social media. I said, look, I want you all to know that on pictures, I may look good, but I give you the best pictures. I give you the best angle. This is me. And I show them the reality of a flabby skin, of the cellulite, of and the stretch marks, and the tiredness, the wrinkles, the open pores. I don't use filters. Why? Because I want to keep it real. I want people to know that it's okay to look this way. You're tired. It's fine. But you can also be happy. You also deserve the happiness. So yeah,
Amazing.
I haven't been on the other at that side. I've been on the other side. You know what I mean? Of that social comparison.
You answered it well, Daphne. See, it's basically your mental state when you're doing this, right? You use social media as a tool to express yourself and to be authentic. And you really don't really care what people are going to say. You're authentic, right? Majority of the people, they're not being authentic and they're expressing it without being authentic, hoping that something marvelous will be coming their way. Unfortunately, it goes the other way. That's the sad part. Resiliency is very important if we are going to open up ourselves to the world. Because people out there, we don't know what they're going through. Like what you say, you posted something, but the other person who read it how they want to read it, right? It's so funny, I tell my team, when you're sending WhatsApp messages, if you can pick up the phone and talk, please talk. Because when you don't have good relationship with someone the other side, when you send whatever emoji, that emoji will be misinterpreted. I got it a lot of times. I say, why did this person put this emoji? I said, what's wrong with that emoji? I mean, for me, it's okay. So that boils down to we all are operating from our memory, right? We are just, I'm seeing you from the last time I had a conversation with you. What a wonderful person, what a kind person. So I am projecting that for toward today so that I can get more memory. So we are operating from our memory. So one of the things that I'm trying to do, I'm working hard to do, Daphne, is I want to see people as they are. When they're in front of me, I just want to see them as they are, zero judgment, because everybody has a chance to change, right? They're all transforming. So amazing what you answered because you use this as a tool to express. That's why you can't go to a place where you can find, was I feeling shitty about comparing myself with someone? You couldn't, right? And keep doing that. And this is something I think a lot of people need to understand. Don't just go to social media just to get praise because you cannot control the person who's actually reading and commenting the other side. So that's one of the reasons, our reset app that we created. And it doesn't have a comment, but nobody can comment. You're free to express yourself. So some people don't know how to comment. They need to go to school, maybe University of Commenting. I don't know. It's just so sad. Now.